In this video, we're going to get our hands flowing and moving fast around the kit. Let's get started. So almost everything I practice nowadays has to do with relaxation and flow in my drumming. I've spent tons of time working on my hands and really building good stick control, but especially when it translates to drum set, I'm always looking for ways that I can move faster and more efficiently and be as relaxed as possible while I'm moving around the kit. So I thought of this exercise today that's based off of concepts of many exercises that are already out there. We're going to start on the pad, because if you can't play this cleanly on the pad, there's no way that you're ever going to be able to play this moving around the drum set as well. This exercise is based off of the concept of playing accents in different groupings of notes. So for this exercise, we're going to be using 16th notes the entire time, and I will include a link to the PDF of this exercise down in the description. So grab your sticks, grab your practice pad, let's learn and drum this exercise together. The different groupings we're going to have for this exercise are groupings of 4, 3, and 2 notes at a time. And we're going to start by just playing one hand at a time. So the first part of this exercise deals with groupings of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to play each of these variations 4 times. Then I move over to the left hand, 4 of the 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I go back to the right hand and I'm playing in groupings of 3 now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Over to the left hand, groupings of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And finally, groupings of 2 to the right hand and over to the left hand. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So when I string this all together, nice and slow, it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Onto the 3s. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Onto the 2s. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then that would take us back to the beginning. It is important to talk a little bit about technique while we're playing this exercise. So you could approach this exercise very strict with your stick heights, almost like a rudimental or a drumline approach, where all of my unaccented notes are going to be very, very low. And I'm only allowing my wrist to do all the work. That would look something like this. I'm really feeling my back fingers engage the stick on all of these downstrokes to control the heights. Now this offers really good clarity of heights and sound, and it's really good to work out your wrists like this. But I'm looking at pushing this exercise pretty fast and be able to flow around multiple surfaces. So the way that I'm going to approach the accents and the flow of this exercise looks something more like this. Now this is not necessarily molar because I am still wristing every single note out, but you can see before each of these accents, I'm allowing my forearm to lead the motion a little bit, and I'm going with the natural kind of whip energy that I'm generating with the stroke to help carry me through each of the subdivisions. I'm not letting it bounce, but I am going along with the bounce and turning my wrist along with the motion. This overall is a much more relaxed and open approach to playing this exercise, so this is how I'm going to approach it while we work through this. This exercise can be played at any level of difficulty, and I'm going to show you many ways that you can increase the difficulty as we go through this. All right, I have my metronome set to 16th notes at 60 beats per minute. We're gonna start out nice and slow. Make sure you follow along, grab those sticks. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm listening for evenness of rhythm. I'm listening for the sound between my hands, making sure it's even. I'm checking in with the metronome, making sure that my 16th notes are lining up with the 16th notes on the metronome. Now what you're going to notice is that the note right after an accent tends to be early because of all this energy that you're generating on the downstroke. So really listen for the rhythmic consistency of that note that's right after an accent. To automatically add another level of difficulty to this exercise, and this is going to translate to what we're going to do on the drum set as well, try tapping your left foot on quarter notes the entire time. I will also have this notated on the PDF as well. If your rhythms are not sounding even and clean, we should not go any faster. And if things are feeling tight and not relaxed as well, you should make sure that you're staying at this speed, getting lots of repetition to eventually build up your speed. Stay relaxed as possible. All right, here's 80 beats per minute. Let's try it a little bit faster. And I'm going to be tapping my left foot on all of the quarter notes while we do this exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I'm focusing on my motion, trying to stay relaxed. Listening to my rhythms, listening to the metronome, trying to be right on top of the sound. I'm also trying to feel this coordination between my left foot and what my hands are doing. One more time. Are you drumming along? We are now going to play the exact same exercise, but instead of isolating each hand, we're going to play our hands in unison the entire time. I'm still going to keep my left foot tapping on the quarter notes, and let's try this at 80 beats per minute. Now I need to make sure that my hands are not flamming with one another and trying to land equal. 1, 2, 3, 4. This practice pad really doesn't hide anything. Every little mistake I make, it's pretty clear to hear. Trying to get both hands to feel the same and sound the same while I'm doing this. Staying relaxed, going with that rebound, but not dropping it in. One more time. At that speed and for that duration, I'm already feeling a nice little burn in my forearms. And that's totally normal as you're building chops and building speed and building up the muscles in your playing. It is totally okay to feel a little bit of fatigue in these muscles in your forearms. We never want any pain within our hands. That means you're probably gripping the sticks too tightly while you're playing this exercise. Just for fun, here's a couple of reps at 100 beats per minute, still using both hands in unison, still keeping my left foot on all the quarter notes. Let's see how this feels. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bad start. to stay relaxed. One more time. Getting a little tired. Woo! That was pushing it for me. I felt like my right hand was slicing a little bit, and I was definitely getting fatigued towards the end there. My left hand was struggling to keep up. But it's good to push your limits. Here's another level of difficulty that we can add to this exercise that's going to involve both of our hands at the same time alternating, essentially mirroring one another. I'm going to take the same format as we did when we were playing one hand at a time, but now whatever hand isn't leading is just going to be following the other hand and mirroring the motion. The only difference here is on the final accented note of each lead hand, I'm going to stop the hand that's following to allow for enough transition time to get over to the other lead hand. So I've slowed this down to 70 beats per minute. Let's give this variation a try. 2, ready, go. I'm still keeping my left foot on the quarter notes. Still trying to have both hands feel and sound the same as I'm going through this. Let's see if we can push the tempo a little bit. Here's 90 beats per minute. I don't think I'll be able to talk through this one. I really gotta focus on playing my rhythms cleanly with the metronome here. This is pushing it a little bit for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Pretty sloppy end to that last rep, so that would be a tempo that I would definitely hang at for a while, possibly even go slower than that to try to clean up some of those transitions. It's time to take this exercise to the drum set. Grab your sticks and let's go. So let's start moving this thing around on the drum set. Anytime I have a right hand accent, I'm going to play that on the floor tom, and anytime I have a left hand accent, I'm going to play that on the rack tom. Let's play this at 70 beats per minute. As always, going to keep my left foot on the corner notes, and let's move this around. Even at that speed, especially the left-hand movement is particularly challenging on the twos because of this vertical motion that keeps happening, having to go back and forth between that rack tom. Really good exercise right there. Let's try the hands together variation, but now I'm going to keep my right hand on the ride cymbal and my left hand on the snare drum. Remember, try to remain as relaxed as possible, feel the rebound, and go along with that motion on each wrist stroke. Now the alternating hands variation. Still going to follow the same pattern as every right hand accent will be on the floor tom, every left hand accent will be on the rack tom, everything else will stay on the snare drum. Here we go. All right, I'm going to push myself a little bit. Let's go back to just one hand at a time. We are now at 90 beats per minute, and let's see if my left hand can hang with this especially. Hands together on the snare drum and the ride cymbal. Okay, alternating our hands. Wish me luck. Man, I barely survived that one. As a fun final challenge to myself, here's 100 beats per minute, alternating hands, but I'm just gonna keep it on the snare drum. I hope you found this lesson enjoyable and helpful. Best of luck in your practicing. And if you enjoy the content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, everyone.